Hi, I'm Rob Charney, Old Guy Tech TV, and I'm here today with stories of El Dorado County for the week of March 31 through April 6, 2012. Court order prohibits motorized vehicle travel on 42 popular HOV routes. Portions of 42 off-highway vehicle routes that cross meadows in El Dorado National Forest may be closed to motor vehicle travel this recreational season, while the Forest Service completes an environmental analysis. Announced El Dorado Forest Supervisor Kathy Hardy. Some of these routes include Barrett Lake Jeep Trail, Squaw Ridge Four-Wheel Drive Trail, Clover Valley, Deer Valley Trail, Strawberry Four-Wheel Drive Trail, Carson Immigrant Gap Trail, Allen's Camp Motorcycle Trail, and Buck's Pasture Motorcycle Trail. The Rubicon Four-Wheel Drive Trail is not affected by this court order. A map and a complete list of the routes affected by the court order will be posted on the El Dorado National Forest website. El Dorado County losing population. Once booming, El Dorado County lost residents last year, one of 18 California counties that saw its population shrink from 2010 to 2011, according to the new United States Census Bureau estimates. Two factors explain the drop: low birth rates and more residents leaving the county than coming. Last year, El Dorado County saw about 9 births for every 1,000 residents, 35% below the statewide average. About 500 more residents left the county last year than came into it. El Dorado County ranks in top 10% of healthy counties in California. Where we live impacts our health, and while medical care is important, much of what affects health occurs outside of medical care settings. The project assigned a ranking to all but 2 of the 58 counties in California based on health outcomes and various economic, social, behavioral, and environmental factors that influence health care in El Dorado County. El Dorado County ranked number 5 for health factors. Vandals cost $8,100 in damage to Herbert Green School. They damaged everything from door handles and light fixtures to drinking fountains and air conditioning units. The vandalism happened while the school was closed for spring break. 2 run against appointed El Dorado County judge. As a rule, supervisory court judge elections are, well, sober as a judge. Incumbents frequently return to the bench without facing a substantial challenge at the polls. The race for Office 7 in El Dorado Superior Court is different, with 2 challengers, Joseph Hoffman and Stephen W. Valentine, taking on appointed Judge Warren Stassner. None of the candidates will directly criticize his opponents on the record, but it appears clear the challengers consider Stassner vulnerable. CHP campaign targets drivers using cell phones, yield citations, and arrests. During the first 3 days of a statewide campaign to discourage distracted driving, the California Highway Patrol's Valley Division issued 316 citations to drivers for violating the state's cell phone laws. The month-long campaign aims to cite drivers who are distracted by cell phones or other devices in their vehicles. It is designed to deter motorists from using cell phones without a hands-free device and encourage compliance with California's cell phone laws, officials said. John Knight runs on his record. Shortly after El Dorado Hills voters elected John Knight to his District 1 seat on the El Dorado County Board of Supervisors in 2008, Village Life predicted that his vehicle, a tired 1984 Mercedes that looked every bit of its 335,000 miles odometer readings, wouldn't survive his first term. The suspension and upholstery had sagged to the point that Knight's wife, Georgie, couldn't see over the steering wheel. She requested its retirement, but he hesitated, explaining that an old diesel made a statement. No one who drives a car like this would be frivolous with taxpayer money. Once upon a time in Placerville, El Dorado County High School. Gold Country's sister, Tina, posts is about an old school which no longer exists in El Dorado County. She shares old postcards which show the building, starting out with a Christmas card showing the high school, sent to Rose Brink of St. Louis, Missouri in December of 1910. Beyonce, the tiny puppy, won't be adopted. Beyonce, the tiny puppy who fit into a spoon at birth, will not be adopted out anytime soon. She will instead stay at the Grace Foundation as an ambassador for rescued dogs everywhere. Beyonce, a female Dachshund mix born March 8th to the rescued dog that was found and abandoned, weighed just 1 ounce at birth. Justin Woodcock of South Lake Tahoe busted with plane full of pot in Nebraska. The U.S. Attorney Office in Omaha said 29-year-old Justin Woodcock of South Lake Tahoe is charged with intent to distribute marijuana. Prosecutors say Woodcock was arrested after he landed a small plane with 175 pounds of pot in Nebraska on March 9. If convicted, Woodcock faces up to 20 years in prison, a $1 million fine, and forfeiture of the airplane. Woodcock has a commercial pilot's license and runs a video business called Rastacan with the slogan, "We shoot film really high," from the Rastacam, that is, we suppose. El Dorado County land use policy problematic. Updates continue moving forward. The county has wrapped up its first round of public input workshops. Discussion of proposed changes to the zoning ordinance includes the noise element, the conservation and open space element, the agricultural and forest element, and the high-density residential policy changes. County Chamber endorses night nutting, punts on District 3. The El Dorado County Chamber of Commerce Political Action Committee announced today its endorsement for District 1 Supervisor John Knight and District 2 Supervisor Ray Nutting. The PAC voted not to endorse a candidate for District 3 at this time. District 3 candidates begin with who is most closely aligned with the Chamber of Commerce mission statement. So at this time, District 3 is not part of that and is not aligned with that. Home alone, 12-year-old foil Shingle Springs burglar Kyle Frank. Davis police arrested a 37-year-old Shingle Springs man named Kyle Frank on Thursday after he robbed a home. The incident began when a 12-year-old boy who was home alone heard someone knocking at the front door of his residence. The boy did not answer the door and did not make any noise. Moments later, the victim observed a male suspect in the backyard. The victim ran into the bathroom in the back of the house, locked the door, and called 911. The suspect managed to gain entrance into the residence by forcing open the slide door that leads into the garage. South Lake Tahoe authorities make arrest in 31-year-old murder case of Richard Swanson. A Carmichael, California man has been arrested in the 31-year-old murder case of Richard Swanson. South Lake Tahoe police report the robbery homicide occurred on August 14th, 1980 in South Lake Tahoe at what was then the Shell gas station located at the Y on the corner of Lake Tahoe Boulevard and Emerald Bay Road. On August 14, 1980, Richard Swanson, who was 16, was murdered during a robbery at the Y gas station. His body was bound and gagged, and his death resulted from suffocation. Ron and Sharon Swanson have since praised law enforcement for reactivating the cold case. Though the leads have been few and far between, the Secret Witness Program remained committed to solving the crime. Tracy Mimo out Brian DeLugo in as Red Hawk Casino General Manager. Red Hawk Casino announced Tuesday that Tracy Mimo, General Manager, has resigned to pursue other opportunities. Red Hawk Casino was pleased to announce the promotion of Brian DeLugo to General Manager. DeLugo had been a member of the senior leadership team at Red Hawk Casino since 2010, most recently serving as Vice President of Casino Operations. Self-appointed Miwok Chief Cesar Cabrillo jailed for contempt. In a trademark dispute case, self-proclaimed Shingle Springs Miwok Chief Cesar Cabrillo goes to jail again, this time for refusing to withdraw a fraudulent document submitted to the county as demanded by federal court. Cabrillo has already served 55 days in solitary confinement in federal prison for his contempt of court orders. Caesar claims that he would rather face a 9-month sentence in federal prison than turn over papers to the court supporting his claim that he is rightfully authorized to use the name Shingle Springs Band of Miwok Indians. But a statement released by the tribe refutes his claim. Mr. Cabrillo is not sitting in jail today because he failed to submit evidence that his tribe was true and Shingle Springs Band of Miwok Indians. He is sitting in jail because he has chosen to defy a federal court order directing him to take certain steps to unwind the fraudulent course, including the withdrawal of the frivolous documents that stated his litigation. The case will start its jury trial in Sacramento Court on September 24th. Dunnigan man found guilty of 41 counts of sexual assault and kidnapping of 13-year-old El Dorado Hills girl. Jason Sugar, 36, was convicted Tuesday for 11 charges of communicating with a minor with intent to commit a lewd and lascivious act, 1 charges of kidnapping and proposed child molestation, 8 charges of federal burglary charges, and 20 charges of lewd and lascivious conduct with a child under 14. Segor, a previously convicted sex offender, kidnapped the teen early October 15, 2010 from her home in El Dorado Hills, where she was initially reported as a missing person. Yolo County Sheriff's deputies found the girl later the same morning in Dunnigan. Segor will be sentenced Tuesday, May 1. His sentence may be higher since he is a convicted sex offender. I apologize for stumbling over that one. Court looks at the fate of children in Cameron Park slain of their mom. Their mother is dead. Their father is behind bars, accused in her killing. Who should take care of Winkler's children? Proceedings begin Thursday inside an El Dorado County courtroom to decide that wrenching question. Should the three young children stay with their maternal grandfather, Napa artist Don Hatfield, with whom they have lived since their father stabbed their mother to death in late February in Cameron Park? Or should Eva 5, Ariel 4, and Alex 10 months be sent to live with their parents' Janeth and George Winkler, a social worker and a retired farmer who live in a small town in Iowa? Hatfield and Janeth Winkler both appear in court Tuesday in one of the first steps towards deciding the children's fate. Ultimately, a judge will rule based on the investigations of homes and the lives of Hatfield and the Winklers. Their children will stay as their father's criminal case moves forward. Todd Winkler, 45, has been charged with murder in the stabbing death of his 37-year-old wife, Rachel, on February 27th inside their home in Cameron Park Air Park. And the top story of the week, we're sad to say, a memorial at Poor Red's for the late bartender Rod Kisner. An impromptu memorial for former Poor Red's bartender Rod Kisner appeared at the front door of Red's in El Dorado soon after his death. Just as Poor Red's is a fixture in the small town of El Dorado, so was Rod, who had been the bartender there since 1964. Many locals went to school with Rod and loved going into the Reds, hoping Rod was there because the guy was always smiling. He was known as a great guy. He turned 65 years old this year. Hey, I want to thank PR Pond and NEDC.com for providing the news. Sorry for the few blubs, quite a bit of news today, and I've been stumbling over my tongue all day, but I guess that would happen. That's what will happen. Anyway, thanks again. Thank you, everybody. This is Rob, Old Guy Tech TV. We'll see you soon. Hi, I'm Rob Charney, Old Guy Tech TV, and I'm here to talk to you today about Windfall and the El Dorado County Fair. The largest event of El Dorado County will soon be here. Don't miss this opportunity to promote and build your business by advertising in the 2012 El Dorado County Fair Guide, published exclusively by the Windfall. The El Dorado County Fair Association is very excited to partner with Windfall again this year. Last year was such a success, we are thrilled to work with them again. The exposure that the El Dorado County Fair has in our community is amazing. We don't want you to miss it. Jody W. Gray, CEO of El Dorado County Fair, just told us this. So distributed in the Windfall and El Dorado Hills Telegraph, June 8th, 2012, and available to the public at the welcome information booths at each entrance during the fair. This user-friendly guide features a map of the fairgrounds, event, vendor locations, and includes the schedule of events. Reservations are required, space is limited, circulation is 20,000 plus copies, and the deadline is 5/25/2012. So make sure you get your ad into the Windfall today. Tell them Rob sent you.